Lori's birthday bash. I hope everybody's been enjoying the people on so far. They've done such a great job entertaining us for today. And a big fat happy birthday to Lori. She is our birthday girl today, so you guys make sure that you wish her all a happy birthday. I have a really great project for us today. I'm just scrolling here trying to get us up on the Facebook page, but that'll come up when it wants to. You know how that goes. We are going to do a kit today. Yes, we are. We are going to do a kit today, you guys. It is kit number 124. It is the Flamingo kit. And you guys, this one is a doozy. This one is great. This one is colorful. Let me show you what you're going to get in the kit right now, because that's important so you guys can see what you're going to get in the kit, right? We're going to do that. So first of all, you're going to get this oval board. You're going to get this beautiful sign. Look at this, all glitz, glimmer, and shimmer. Look at that, baby. Look at that. Woo, look at that one. That's got a lot of glitter on it. So we love, love, love that. You're going to get a roll of this horizontal wide stripe mesh. Hey, you guys, that's what you're going to get here. You're going to get, of course, you're going to get your zip ties. And you're going to get some of these. You're going to get your measuring tape, some of pipe cleaners, and these little sticky tabs. You're going to get a pair of snippers. And you're going to get these beautiful little pink flowers here. You're getting 2 of those. And you're going to get some of this grass. Don't we love this? Woo! That's pretty cool, right? You're going to get some of that grass right there. You're going to get both of these, a whole entire roll of these. This is the wonderful Flamingo ribbon, 1.5-inch Flamingo ribbon. This is the glitter, beautiful gold ribbon. Now, it might look a little brown on camera, but this is a nice gold ribbon, so you're going to get that too. Let's see, did I get everything here for you guys? I think I did. Everything here is in this kit, and you put it all together just like this. So, you guys, this is a big giveaway day, so Lori's giving away $20 gift cards to Unique in the Creek, both to a person on the YouTube feed and a person on the Facebook feed. What you have to do, though, is you have to follow us on Facebook and you have to subscribe to us on YouTube. So that's your job. And if you do that, and you've got to also comment on these lives. If you do those 3 things, follow, subscribe, and comment, you will be put into the pile. When she does the pile and she picks a person, then you will be in that pile for one to perhaps win one of the great prizes today. So don't forget to do that, okay? Alrighty, hi everybody, a big hi. I'm going to get going, you guys. And if you would be so kind, you all, in the description here, I have what I'm using. And I also have my link for the Unique in the Creek. It is my affiliate link. If you'd be so kind, if you would love to purchase this kit, there's a ton of other kits on there, a ton of other supplies on there. Get on over there. Use my link to do it if you wouldn't mind. I'd greatly appreciate it. And go do some shopping today with your 20% off. Now, the kits are not 20% off, you guys. You don't need 20% off these kits. They are at such a low price. They're at a super duper price. But there's 20% off everything else. So go get yourself some kits. Go get yourself some of everything else. And you'll have a great day. So happy birthday, Lori. Before the end of this, we're going to sing to Lori. So I want you all to get your singing voices on, right? Because we have to sing happy birthday. I don't think anybody sang happy birthday to her yet. So we're going to do that afterwards. Okay, for me, what I'm going to do for this, I'm going to put this aside because I've got it all cut up. Put this aside, all this stuff aside. So you're going to need 7 pieces of mesh cut at 25 inches. You're going to need 14 pieces of the gold shimmer ribbon. So you're going to need 14 pieces of these at 14 inches. You're going to need 7 pieces of this at 14 inches. I cut my mesh 25 inches and for the board. So let me turn this your way. So here's our board. I want to show you where you put things. So here's the top, tippy top, middle. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. So we've got on the outside, we got row 1 and 1.5 and 2. So 1, 1.5, 2. We're going to do 1, 1.5, skip a row here, skip a row here, skip a row, skip a row here. So we've got, and then on this side, we've got right here, right next to it. These both are right next to it. Skip a row in here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zip ties, right? Middle, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. All right, you get the idea. All right, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to put this guy here. And for the first time for me, you guys, usually when I use these signs, I usually put them in the middle. Today, I'm going to do the side because why wouldn't I, right? Let's just do something different and put this on the side. So I'm going to put this guy right on the side. And when you get your kit, you're going to find that there's holes already in here on the bottom and on the top. Okay, so let me show you where I'm going to put the zip ties for that. Okay, so I've marked a little black nudge here where I'm going to put it. So at the top, if we are looking at the top of the board, which is right here, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, right? There's my black nudge. That's where we're going to be one of them. Then you're going to go down 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4, and 9. So there's the bottom middle right there. Here's the top. You're going to go down 4. All right, and this fits just nicely in there. So grab a couple of your zip ties that's in the kit. We're going to put these around here. So I'm going to just put this zip tie right through here. Okay, right through this guy. And then where I've got it marked here, a black mark, I'm going to use the very outside of my board. This is the oval board. Stick this guy in here. Get in there, just like that. Okay. And I'm going to bring this to the top because I don't want it to go to the bottom to scratch somebody's door. All right, and then we'll take the other one. We'll put it through the bottom down here and right where my other black mark is on the outside here, that's where we're going to put that. And we're going to zip tie this guy in. Okay. Zip tie him right in there so they can't go anywhere. Okay. Ugh. Get him in there nice and tight. Get him in there. There he is. And there he is. Okay, so now what you can do, I didn't open my snippers, but these are why we have the snippers. We're going to use our snippers that came with the kit. I have my trusty dusty snippers out here that I'm going to use. I'm going to just cut that off, and I'm going to cut that off right there. And there we are. So there is our sign right there. All good. So let me show you what I'm going to use for my petal, you guys. I shouldn't say petal. It's not a petal. It's a fold. Okay? So you're going to take a piece of your mesh. You're going to cut it at 25 inches. And it's kind of a kerfuffle, but not. Okay? So the kerfuffle, generally what we do is we take the end and we roll it, right? And then we scrunch it. Well, Lori did this other thing here the other day. I'm going to move this so I don't mess that up. And she just kind of took this end piece here. So I'll bring it all down in here. She just took this end piece and folded it over, I don't know, it's probably about 1.5 inches. Just folded it, right? And then we cruffle up. Now I got to fold this end too. Cruffle that up. Getting out of control. It's getting out of control. Fold this over and cruffle it up. All right, now take one of your zip ties because we're going to need to use a few of your zip ties here. So I'm going to take one of my zip ties and I'm going to get the zip tie right around this guy, right? Because he wants to go all over the place and we don't want him to. So we're not going to zip tie this in really tight because I need to make everything pretty here. So this is a little, I want to make sure these ends are kind of even. So that gives me an opportunity to make sure that these ends are all even, top and bottom here, right? And then once I think I have it the way I want, and this is in the center, then I can go ahead and give this guy a thing there, all right? So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make all of these guys up, and then we're going to put it in there. All right, so again, 25 inches here, move that back. I'm going to use I need a clip too. I should have clipped this first. So I'm going to do probably about 1.5 inches here, I think. And then if you want, I would clip it, kind of. I didn't do it the right way the first time. This is a better way to do it, you guys. And then do the same thing here. I'm just folding it. And then I'm going to do the ruffle right down the center of this, right? It just makes it easier to do that. I got ahead of myself on the last one, right? of myself on this birthday bash, right? So there we go. So there it is. Look how pretty that is. And then you're going to take your zip ties, of course. And we're going to zip tie right between these. See how I got these between here? Between here. We're going to put that zip tie between all of these guys right here. And this is going to make it easier for us when we go to place these in, because I have a lot of other stuff to place in here. So it's going to make it easier for us to zip tie this guy together so that we can get the rest of our stuff kind of going, okay? 25 inches, yep. All right, so there's that one. So that one looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to give that a nice pull and clip that off. So again, you need 7 of these. So that's not too much, you guys. You're going to have a lot of mesh left, right? Which is a good thing because you can look at for, well, not a lot, but you're going to be able to use it on something else for sure, right? It's always nice to have a little left over. Clip that right up there, super duper duper. Okay, I'm going to bring you guys out, and then I'll just turn this around. And I like to put something on the end because these tend to curl up and make your life a little bit difficult. So put something heavy down the end there, and just do the same thing there. Find the middle and ruffle it up. You all have done this a million times probably, right? So I'm going to go through that fairly quickly because I'm going to be spending most of our time putting our goodies in and probably making a bow. So that's what we're going to do once we get all these guys where they're supposed to be and stuff like that. Isn't that great mesh? This mesh, you guys, it's the horizontal wide stripe, and it comes in a lot of different colors. Lori's got a lot of different colors online, so make sure you go use your 20% off and go do some shopping today, because every day is a good day to shop, but every day is a better day to shop when you get 20% off, right? So that is a great thing for sure. Okay, so just do that. Now, if you guys want to do the curl, you can do the curl too. Whatever you want to do. There's no right and there's no wrong. I'm getting ahead of myself again. Put a clip there. Getting ahead of myself on the ruffle. Can't do that, Miss Kathy. That there, and now we're gonna ruffle it. Don't make my life any more difficult, right? Just feed that right down through the center like that, and then pick this guy up in the middle. Get rid of the clip and grab our zip tie. Put them right in there. Right? Hey there. Hey everybody on YouTube and Facebook. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. If you're on Facebook, don't forget to follow this page. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, because you have to do both. You have to subscribe. You have to do on both platforms, and you have to comment on both platforms to be put in the drawing for that prize. Right? Lori's going to draw 2 prizes on each one of our lives, a prize for the Facebook viewers and a prize for the YouTube viewers. But you have to do those 3 things. You have to comment, you have to subscribe, and you have to follow. And that will get you in the drawing for the free gift, okay? Everybody loves a free gift, especially when we're celebrating birthdays, right? Everybody loves that. All right, so I'm just doing a little bit because I can see these are pretty uneven, so I'm going to make these guys even, right? We want these edges to be kind of even so it makes our product look better, our project look a lot better. Alrighty. And we got a couple more. I got one more to do because I had already made one up. I made one up already. So again, this is 7 pieces at 25 inches long. This is the Flamingo kit, and it is kit number 124. So go grab yourself some goodies from the Unique and Creek. Please use my affiliate link, which should be on there. I really do appreciate that, you guys. Yeah, we're going to scrunch this right up here. Get them on in there. It's a lot. I have little hands. I got little hands, so this for me, it's a lot of mesh. But guess what? I'm managing it pretty well. So even these guys up. Make sure these guys are good. Don't anything wonky in here. No wonkiness allowed. All right, that's that. Okay, so we have all 7 of our, I don't know, they look kind of flowery things, right? They're kind of flowers. So now what I want to do is I'm going to take our little pink, we got 2 of these, right? We got 2 of these pink flowers. I'm going to, for me, I'm going to pull these guys. They pull off. I'm going to pull them off. I'm going to pull them off their stem. So I'm going to do them in 3s, okay? So I've got a batch of 3. And then I cut 3 other ones over here somewhere. Here they are. And then I've got a batch of 3. So I'm going to need 7 batches of 3. This is how I'm going to use these. Now you guys can use these in a total different way. Everybody's interpretation of putting these together is different, which makes it so much fun, right? If we all put it together the same way, you'd be, yeah, well, I just saw them put that together the exact same way. So we all have our different ways of putting these together, which is perfect for you guys because you get all kinds of ideas. You get all kinds of different ideas. And who doesn't want different ideas? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 3 more of these, or 2 more. There's 6. This come from somewhere. Yeah, maybe there. There we go. And 1 more. And there's so I have this left. For right now, I have that left. Okay. For right now, I have that left. So there's my batches. I'm going to put those aside. And then you're also going to get this. All right. So I pulled this apart. And believe it or not, I'm going to cut this up because they're fairly long. And I want them to fit in a certain way. So I'm just going to take these out. They'll just come all out on their own, and I'm going to need, I think I only need 1 of these per thing because there's, I think, like 13 of them. So I'm going to do 1, and this one's going to just be on its own. Okay, so I'm going to cut these up. So I'm going to cut them, and I'm going to cut them about yay long. This is about 7 inches long. I'm going to cut these, all of them, all right? And the reason that I'm cutting these, you guys, is because I want them not quite so long for what I'm going to do. Okay. So I'm going to just take them and cut them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll have some of these left too. And here's 5. Here's 6. And here is 7. So I have 7 of that, and then I've got some of this guy left over. Now you all can use that a little different if you want. Again, just cut these off. Now, if you cut these off, they will start fraying a little. It'll come apart a little bit, but I'm gonna wing it. Okay, so I'm just getting these ready. I'm getting them ready so that when I need them, they'll be available for me to put on top of this. See, they do come apart a little bit. That's okay. Now, also what we're going to do, I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to show you how I did my ribbons, okay? So for your ribbons, you're going to need 14 pieces of the gold shimmer and 7 pieces of the flamingo. All right, so I'll put you down here. Now, I saw Lori do this with some wider ribbon, and I liked it. So I'm going to go 1, I'm going to go 2. So I'm going to just put these guys right like that together, and then I'm going to take this guy and put him flat down in the middle. Okay, and you're going to want to grab yourself another one of your zip ties, because we're going to need zip ties, and I just like to kind of make sure these are even, and I'm going to scrunch them up in the middle. All right, scrunch them in the middle, just like that. Put your zip tie around. Again, we're putting these in bundles because it's going to be easier for me to assemble this with my bundles. All right, now if you have smaller zip ties, these are the 6-inch zip ties. If you have smaller ones, you can use the smaller ones too. So that's going to be how our ribbon is going to be going on. Okay. And you're going to need 7 of these bundles, right? Because we have 7 openings there. So now again, I got 1, 2, and 3. Just like that. And then you're going to take the middle and scrunch it up. And I kind of eyeball it. If you're not sure where the middle is, you guys fold your ribbon in half, get the middle, and then scrunch it up, all right? If you're not quite sure, just go ahead and do that. Hey there, Joyce. Yay, you got flex tubing, of course. We're going to use flex tubing today, you guys. You know we are. You know we are. Now, the flex tubing is not included in your kit. I'm adding that on my own, but you all know how it is. You know how it is. Okay, so now we're going to start putting this guy together. So let's take one of our pieces of mesh here. I'm going to start right down here. I'm also going to I'm going to take my opening here and put it this way so that my zip tie can go from here to here. Right, the zip tie is going to go in the middle of this, so I'm going to put it like this. All right, that's how I'm going to do it. So he's sitting down there, right? So we got this guy together. He's all set. Now we have to build the other stuff on top of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of my ribbons, and these are all cut 14 inches long. They may be too long. I don't know. I don't usually use 14 inches. I use less, but I thought, what the heck? Let's try something different today. So that's going to go right over this, just like that. And then I'm going to put one of these guys on top like that, and he's going to stick out over my mesh. He's sticking out over my mesh. So we're going to try this. And then I'm going to take these 1, 2, and 3 of these guys, and I'm going to kind of cross them. I'm going to crisscross this and then put this one kind of down the middle too. So I just kind of crossed them. I got 1, 2, and then I can put one down the middle. So they're going to sit on top as well. All right, and now we need another zip tie. I should have put that in first, but I'm going to put another zip tie in the very same hole. Oh no, I've got this one here. I got this one here. I'll do it the other way. So that's how I'm going to put this together. So I think I've incorporated everything here. So now grab your zip tie and get these guys in here. Just like that. So I'm going to grab these. And before you put this too tight, make sure this stuff is where you want it, right? So make sure to some degree. So I got this guy sticking out where I need him. I got these guys sticking out. I'm pretty happy with that right now. So I'm just going to take this and tie this down. And you're saying to me, yeah, but look it. You've still got all these guys hanging out here. Don't worry about these. We're going to fix these afterwards, okay? Right now I'm just going to build this. So I want to show you another thing to do, another way to do this if you find getting all this together is hard for you, okay? So we're going to do another one of these, another one of our mesh, right? And then you have to decide whether you want this side up or down. I think this side, I have it up. It can be up or down. It doesn't matter. So we're going to move this apart, stick this guy right down in here, and then put on our ribbons. So if you think right now that, okay, I've had enough, I can't put any more stuff on here because I just can't handle all that, you're going to use a second zip tie. So your original zip tie will hold this on here. So this is the original zip tie, is going to hold our mesh and our ribbons. All right. Now this is for those of you that like, I just really can't do all that. I can't fix all that, right? So we have one zip tie here that's got mesh and ribbon. We'll cut that off. All right. And now we'll load that same space right here with one more zip tie. All right, let's load it with one more zip tie, and then that will hold the rest of our foo-foos. This is if you feel you need just a little extra. All right, so we'll put this guy in here, and we want them to stick out about the same, okay? So from here to here, we want this to stick out about the same. Then I'm going to pick 3 of these guys, 3 of our pink flowers, 1, 2, 3. We're just going to take them and crisscross them because they'll fit into the zip tie better, just like that. And then we'll go and put them into the zip tie. So that's our second zip tie in here, all right? But I like to use just one because we still have to do our flex tubing, and we are going to do flex tubing. This is what I chose, actually, you guys. I probably should incorporate that right now while I'm in this second one here. So I got some white, some pink, and some gold flex tubing right here. So I'm just going to make little bows out of this, and they can be as big or as little as you want. So I think I'm going to do like, so what I did is I just have an inch or so here. I'm going to make, probably about, let's see, this is about a 3-inch loop on each side, and it just depends how thick you want your bow to go in here. And I think for me, I might be doing, I think that looks good right there. So let's put that right on top of everybody, right? Get our zip tie and zip tie this in here. All right, so that's with our second zip tie. One way or another, you're going to need 2 zip ties in these holes, because remember, we have to still come back to this one and put our flex tubing in. So we have to do that. All right, so let's cut this off because we're good with that. And so what you'll do is take these stems here that are too long, and we can cut these off, right? Because we don't need all them stems sticking out. You know, we don't need that. And then we're going to just take this and cut this one off too. Actually, I think I'll use my zip tie gun on that. If y'all don't have a zip tie gun, you can grab one of those. There we go. And then you can take these and work them around a little bit so that you can't see everything. All right. There'll be so much going on here that you won't be able to see all this. And you can even move your zip tie head down a little bit. All right. So there's that. So we've got that. And then these guys over, so we can rearrange our ribbons. But I think I'm going to put the flex tubing in here first, because we kind of need to do that. And I'm also going to tuck one flex tubing under, or one mesh under the other, so it's not such a, not so built up. And then we can use that. All right, so we can chop these guys off, right? Because we can chop these guys down. So we're not going to need those. And then we can take our second zip tie, first or second. If you think you can fit everything into this one zip tie, you guys, then that's what you need to do. If you don't think you can, then grab another zip tie, put it in the hole here, and make your life just a little bit easier, right? So that's what I'm going to do. Put that second zip tie right in through there. Here it is, just like that. All right, we'll cut the first one off with our zip tie gun. And then we're going to take this, make our little loops. I think I might put a little extra on this one. Let's see, 1, 2, I think I'm almost doing 4, 3, and 4. Let's see if I want that a little. I think I'm going to use 2 on each side, I think. So we made this one a little bit thicker, but we can go back and correct the other one to make that pretty too, right? We can always add a little bit more if we want to. Tighten that up and clip it off. All right, now it's time to make this look like something. Actually, I think I'm going to leave this just the way it is. I just think it's time to make it look pretty. I'm going to leave it like this because I'm going to be going all over the place with this. In the end, we'll come back through and make all these ribbons look really pretty, okay? So we're going to head our way right back up the way here. We're going to put this guy in. So I'm going to see how much I can put in here. Let's see if I can get everything that I want in this one zip tie. So, see if I can get this guy back here to clip him back because he's in my way. So we'll take a clip and clip him out. So there's where our next one is. Put this in here. Okay. Very strategic about this. So there's that. Stick this underneath, kind of, sort of. And then we're going to grab our ribbons. Grab our ribbon. Put this in here. Get over there. Make him cooperate now, right? Make him cooperate. Get in there, buddy. Give me a hard time. And then we're going to put these on top of there. Woo! Let's see if we can fit it all in. Take this, put it here. Try to line these guys up because we want these guys to be about the same in here. And then we're going to grab 3 of our pinkers, right? I might need an extra hand here. So we'll put that in. We'll cross that one. I want to make sure the pinks are about the same, coming out the same distance. And then I got the flex tubing. So now I've got all these guys, but I don't have my flex tubing made. So I think I'm going to have to use the double zip tie. You just don't have enough hands to do it all right now. The only option that you would have for that, you guys, is make your flex tubing bows ahead of time. And then you can just plant them right in there. Oh, we can't do that because this is, look at how, see how these guys went off on their own? Goodness. We're trying to keep these guys in some sort of order and they just want to go like, yeah, no. So put that in there. Open these guys up. Make them stay. This is a little rubber. You can kind of move those around just a little bit. There we go. And now we will zip tie gun this off. And we'll add another zip tie in underneath so that we can put in our flex tubing. Put this right down and through here. We'll part the ways underneath here so that we can get our other zip tie in. Get on in there. If I can see him. There he goes. So this one is for our flex tubing. So again, I'm going to do a kind of a double doer on this. So I got about 1 inch there. So about 3 inches here, about 3 inches here, again, 3 inches here, and 3 inches there. So it makes just a little thicker bow for everything, right? Just a little bit thicker. And then I'm going to take it and stuff it in here. And tie it in, right? There we go. Alrighty. Now we'll get this guy cut off. And we're gonna move ourselves on to the next one. So this is pretty easy. So I have a pile of tubing here, and you guys, if you don't get this tubing right, it kind of makes itself a mess. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get these guys a little bit better for me. All right, here we go. Back in we go. Back into our next zip tie, which is right here. Now, did I clip something here? Yes, I did. So I'm going to move this back. I can move him way back. Ooh, just like that. Clip him where you want to clip him. Clip him right where you want to clip him. Clip him right up. So you can see this next zip tie is right here. We'll stuff as much stuff in here as we possibly can, right? Down underneath, just like that. Just like that. Get my end up here so I can see what I'm doing. And then we're going to grab, all right, just like that. And what else did I grab in here? We're going to grab one of our greeners, one of our little pampas grass greeners, right? So we got our pampas grass greener right there. So it's all facing out this way. And then we're going to grab 3 of our flowers. Just stay there, buddy. 1, 2, and 3, just like that. Line them up in there. I'm going to put one on one side of the zip tie, just like that. And then maybe this one like that. How about that? And that will go like that. And I think that'll work out okay. So let me find the ends of my zip ties. Where is he? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? They're hiding. The zip ties are hiding for whatever reason. Okay, so I'm going to try to get this in the center now. Before I zip it up, try to get these guys where they belong. Zip it down. And we'll go back through, and we're going to have to cut all these off, right? Because we are. So the reason we cut these off is because we're trying to hide them, right? Because we don't need to look at all that. Look at all that. All right, so that's done. Let's zip tie this in. And we're going to come back through and fix all this stuff. I'm just getting it layered in here for now, okay? So we're back to the flex tubing, right? So we've got a gold, We've got a white and we got a pink. So we leave about an inch here, pinch it, about 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, and 3 inches. Up to you how many layers of this you want to put in here. And then we need our extra zip tie because we have a lot of stuff going in here, right? This is a lot of stuff. So let me find the hole, stick it in here. Now it's advisable to try to put these in the right way. Usually I put these zip ties in and they manage to turn themselves around, and then I'm like, oh boy, the zip ties turn themselves around and then you got to pull them out, right? You all know what I'm talking about. You all know exactly what I'm talking about when you get these guys in here wrong, like this one's trying to do. There he is. And then stick this right in on top here, and we're going to arrange these so that you can't see any of the junk. The junk. There we go. And we'll clip it. Right? We're coming back in later to make sure these guys, everything looks pretty, but we're just getting a base down now. So we have 2 more to do here, or 3 more. Let's take this clip out, get this guy clipped over, out of our space, and there we are. It's kind of like doing your hair. You know, you clip your hair up and cut the bottom layer and so on and so forth. So here we go with this guy. We're tucking all this underneath in there, just like that. Just like that. Open that up, right? Because we can see our zip tie here, which is perfect. And then we're going to grab more of our ribbons right there. Okay. And then we're going to grab our pampas grass. And then some of these guys right in there. Crossing them over, crisscrossing these guys over. Just like that. And then we're going to pull this in, pull it up, and around. Just like that. You guys, I'm not really looking at your comments right now because I'm trying to finish this. I should be looking at all your comments, but I'm not because I want to try to get this to a time in my 4:07. Also, I got not too long left, so I might run a little over, but we're supposed to be about an hour, but you know me, I might need just an hour and 5 minutes. There's a lot to do in an hour, huh? Okay, so there's that guy. All right, now we got our other zip tie to put in here. And that means one thing. That means that I'm going to be putting in my flex tubing. There we go. Okay. Did that just turn around on me? I bet it did. Did it just turn around on me? There we go. Okay, there we go. So let's get these guys out. Let's see if I can get my flex tubing out. Let's see, we got our pink. Where's grab our pink? Pink, pink, pink. Trying to find my pink end here. There we go. We got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. So I just like to get these ends all together and go 3, 3, 3, and 3. Next time around, I'm going to have to fix this flex tubing. There we go. There we go. Okay, 2 more to go. 2 more to go. So let's take that clip off, take this clip, bring them over. We're getting around here. See how we're getting around here? We got this one and this one left. And I'm going to turn this, you guys, so it's easier for me to work with, right? I'm going to need to be able to work with this. So I'm going to put this guy right there. That here. Put this guy in here. Tuck these guys in. What I'm trying to do, tuck all those in. Put this in. We get our pampas grass. And these guys. 1, 2 and 3. Again, you guys can use these in any way that you feel. If you want to totally do these different, you can totally do these different. But this is the way that I interpreted this. We all have our different interpretations. Right? Get that in there so that I don't lose anything. I don't lose any of this. Okay. And we can cut these ends off a little bit down here. Once you have them once you have them put in the zip tie, then you can cut the ends of them off. All right, last but not least, so we have to fix all this beautiful ribbon. So we got to do that, right? Let's get this guy over to this guy. And one last piece right here. And there she be. Just like that. Okay. I'm going to spread all these guys out afterwards. One last piece of grass. And our pink flowers. And grab our zip tie. That. Okay. And add our zip tie. This is our last zip tie, you guys. The last one in here for our flex tubing. There we go. One last piece here. So I've got that. I'll need my pink, and I think I need another white. Got a bigger piece of white here. I'm going to grab our last one. I think what I have to do first, so you guys have got to tangle the tangle web we weave. For those of you that use flex tubing, how many of you guys out there use flex tubing? I know some of you do. It can get tangled. One, 2, 3, and just enough of that white to fill in the fourth one there, and we are going to be set. Okay. All right, now what we have to do, now it's my job to make some sort of we got to make a sense out of this, right? We need to make some sort of sense out of this. So I'm going to start just number one. I'm going to go all the way around, and I'm going to make these things the way that I want them, okay? So we're going to make our ribbons the way we need them, right? So that they're all out pretty. The ribbons are going to overlap, but I think that's what's going to make it pretty, right? And then we're going to just take this one and tuck it under this one, because you are going to need to do some tucking, right? Because we have a lot of mesh here. And I'm going to spread these guys out beautifully, just like that. That. Move your fingers under them so you can lift them up. Lift these guys up, make them look pretty. We're going to do our flowers too here. We'll make sure our flowers are out the way they're supposed to be, just like that. And then we will move this guy around. These are under, these are up about. I see some long two things here. I'm gonna cut these out. There we go. And then we can also move these guys around. We can move our flex tubing around too. A little coverage there on the flex tubing. All right, and then we've got to get this one in. Cut him off. We missed a zip tie here earlier. Get these around and that around. Oopsie, that came apart. Oh, the zip tie broke, you all. Well, now let's put another zip tie in there. He's like, help me, help me. Trying to get out of this mess. We're gonna get him. Another zip tie in here. There we go. Well, they tried to escape, but that's not gonna happen. You know that. 2, 3, and 4. Get in there, just like that. And we're gonna zip him right up again. Zip him in there. Get him in there. There we go. Now we get him. Okay. So these guys have to come out. That's got to come out, come out. Crisscross, everybody. Here are these guys sticking out. We have, I love this grass, the pampas grass sticking out, and the flowers sticking out here. And then we're going to move these guys over where they belong, down into there. Move this guy out. And then I hope I have time maybe to make a bow on this. I'm hoping that I have time to make the bow, you guys. See how beautiful that ribbon is? All right, let's get this one tucked underneath. That one still looks like it's tucked underneath. Let's get these out. That's come out front. That needs to come out back. All right, so we got it going on here. See how pretty these are laying down? There they are. There's this guy right there. He's right there. He's right here. Oh, I guess we forgot one here too. We better get it. Let's get it. This one also gets some flex tubing. All right, everybody gets some flex tubing. There we go. Alrighty. So we've got our pink. I need a little more white here, which I have right in front of me. We pull out another white flex tubing here and put it in here. 2, 3, and 4. In it goes. Okay, we'll tighten it up with these guys so it's not quite so hard on your hands. There we go. And we'll cut these off. Like that. Okay, so here we are. We're on our last couple here that we have to make look pretty, right? Our last couple of pieces here with all this beautiful, beautiful ribbon. Tuck this guy under. Tuck him right under there, just like that. Bring this forward. I'll try to move this around just a little bit. This last one I'm going to move around because I want to be able to see that welcome. So we'll move this guy around a little bit. And we'll have to move our flex tubing around a little bit too. And that, and then that, and then that. so. Wow. So that's that. So if I have to, you guys, I will take a little something and either glue that or whatever, just to keep it kind of out of the way, you know what I mean? We'll cover up that zip tie there, but then we'll do that to keep it out of the way. You can like glue this together if you want to. Right, so this here, we're going to want to kind of glue back because we need to see that. So I'm going to take a little bit of my glue and glue this back together just a little. And if I have to glue it to one of these ribbons here, I will. And I think I'm going to, because that's going to hold this back a little bit. Right? You want to make this guy work for you. Work to do what you want him to do. And then hold that for a little bit, and that will stay in order for that. See, I took it back just a little bit there, which is what we want. So that is pretty cool looking right there, right? So what I wanted to do, you guys, is I want to make a bow, and I want the bow probably to go up here. So what have I got? 421. Uh-oh. So I'm going to do quick, and I might need an extra 5 minutes or so, which I probably can do. So let's just see how quick we can go onto this bow here. Okay, let me see, let me grab on my, so I'm going to grab some green wire. This is a 26 gauge wire. Use this for my bow. I'm going to double it, and I'm going to put it between these guys here. And I'm going to tuck that under and tuck that under. And we are going to make some more ribbon here, some more bows. All right, so I'm going to make probably about an 8-inch tail. I don't think my tail needs to be too long. And I'm going to make my my bow probably about 5.5 inches. All right, about 5.5 inch loop there. 5.5 inch loop on this side. We're coming in fast here, you guys. Coming in pretty fast. 5.5 on this side, and I'm going to do 2 loops on each side here. Okay, 2 loops. Just like that. Come in just like this. All right, and then I'm going to cut that off. Just kind of keep my tails about the same. And I'm going to move this around a little bit while it's still in here. See if I can get my live back up. There I am. Okay. And move that up like this, like that, and like that. And then we're going to come in with our beautiful gold, shimmer gold. And I'm going to keep the tails about the same length on this one. Okay, and I'm going to come in probably about a 1/2 inch down from my pink flamingo ribbon. Now we're going to end up with the pink flamingo ribbon. All right, you guys, we're going to do the gold in the middle, and then we're going to come in with the pink flamingo is going to be our topper on this one. So I think I need a little bit more pink in there, just a little bit more. All right, and there's that one. Keep those down like that. And then we're going to come in with our pink on top. So I'm going to move these guys around. Seeing how I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to move these tails all over the place, actually. Kind of move these around a little bit. So I want them to be kind of a little bit here, a little bit there. These can move, and then that can move, and that can move. Okay, coming in with the rest of our pink here, just like this. Now, I'll probably have to cut these tails down a little bit, and I would rather cut them down, you guys, than not have enough, right? We want to make sure we have enough tail and not have too little, because if you have too little, you really can't add back on again. But if I have too much, I can always take my tails down a little, right? Always, always, always. So this is just a down, quick, dirty bow, right? So I've gotten 2 loops on each side, and I've come down about a 1/2 inch off each loop. All right, you guys get your singing voices on. Get your singing voices on. We cannot forget to sing happy birthday to Miss Lori. You guys ready? Do not make me sing this alone. I'm telling you guys, do not make me sing this happy birthday song by myself. You ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lori. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Right, you guys? I hope you sang that with me and didn't make me sing that by myself, you all. I'm telling you. I think we're going to make this work. We're going to make it work. I'm going to get a couple of seconds extra here. All right. Got my pipe cleaner in here so I can attach it. Put this back underneath. Okay, I'm going to turn it over. And then what I like to do with my bows, you guys, is I like to bring them down here on my board and then just kind of hold the middle down. And I know we have here, but it's no big deal. I'm going to hide that. Then I just kind of like to pull it apart as I can, right? I like to just pull this apart as I can while it's on my board here. All right, these guys are wonky tonk. We know they're wonky tonk. It's no big deal. So we're going to cover this up afterwards, but let's get it on our wreath. So we're going to decide, where do we want this on our wreath? Well, I have a space here that's kind of, this turned out huge. I have a space here that's pretty big. So I was almost thinking of putting it right maybe up here or here. What about here? I'm going to cut all these guys down. So we're going to cut these down now. Because we know they're too big, right? We already know that. Let's see what we did. They're still pretty big, but we'll have to figure that out after. Going through a second haircut here. That one looks just a little bit too long. And then this one's just a little too long too. All right, so what we're going to do is decide where we want to place this bow. There's a couple of places I can put it. And then once I get it on here, I like to fluff all of my ribbons out. All of these guys out. Right? So I could put it up here, which is kind of nice. This one's way too long. More down into here. I think I'm going to put it up weird. I'm going to put it up in the middle here, you guys. So we're going to put this up in the middle up here, because I just think I want to. Something a little bit different. We can get the pipe cleaner in here, right? There we go. And then I can adjust it from here. Alrighty, so I'll just bring it down this way a little bit. This one didn't get done, so we're going to do this guy up. And I will be finding something to put in the middle of this, because we know that we already have, the green wire showing, and we don't want the green wire showing, right? Because we don't. And then just move all of these around. You know, you could fluff your bow here for the rest of the day. You know, you all know that. And just bring that down kind of like that. And that's kind of where we are. Kind of where we are with this. How pretty that turned out. Right? all this stuff, and we'll be taking a picture of this later so you all can see how it turned out. There it is. There she be. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Happy birthday, Lori, and we'll see you guys when we see you. Have a great one, y'all. Bye-bye.